you may have seen the popular a squared is equal to b squared plus c squared. But you might have wondered what this is and how do you use it exactly. In this video, we're going to answer that. So, this equation right here is called the Pythagorean Theorem, created by Pythagoras, an ancient Greek philosopher. And what this is if we make a triangle, a right triangle specifically, which if you do not know what that is, I'll explain it now. A right triangle with three sides, like so. This corner right here is equal to 90 degrees, right? And this is what a right triangle is. Now ignore that I didn't make this very straight. These lines are meant to be as straight as possible. Now how do we use it exactly, and where are these signs representative, right? So I'm going to name this triangle as C A B A, okay? A B C. Now usually the way we name each side is we take the letter that is opposite of the side, and then we just lowercase that. So this one would be lowercase a, this one will be lowercase c, and this one will be lowercase b, right? Now that's just for simplification, so I'm not going to have these uppercase letters, and I'll only use the lowercase letters for the example here, right? So the bigger side is always the side A. However, it can appear as side B, let's say, and this one side A. It would work the same way, just it would be b squared would be equal to a squared plus c squared. Let me give an example. So we have a right triangle like this, and this is B, this is A, this is C. So b squared is equal to a squared plus c squared. This is literally how this works. Okay, now it's not that complicated, and we can now use it to calculate this area. In fact, you can calculate this one too, but I will show that later. Okay, let's now draw a triangle with numbers on it, and let's try calculating A. So we're going to draw a triangle, this, and this. Okay, we're gonna want to put the symbol so that we know that the triangle is good. This one is going to be x because we're looking for x. This one is going to be 3, and this one is 4. Now let's solve this. Okay, I'll also want to put letters just in case, because it needs to be like that. Most of the time you'll see it like this. And how we solve it, right? So we want to plug in the values, right? So we first of all want to write what we're doing. Usually you don't have to do this when it's just one triangle, but when there's like a big geometrical equation, you want to write this. If it's an exercise, obviously, if you're trying to prove something, there's no need, but you know. So we're gonna type using the Pythagorean Theorem. Okay, like this. Now just because this is too long, I'll get rid of it. However, as I said, you'd want to write this in like a big exercise where there'd be multiple stuff you need to find, just so that the person knows what you're doing. So now what we want to do is we want to get A, which is A and C. So we're gonna do AC, and then AC is equal to A and B, AB plus CB, and these all need to be squared. Okay, now let's plug in the values from our sheet. So x squared is equal to 3 squared plus 4 squared. Okay, so now what you want to do is x squared is equal to 3 squared is going to be 9, just 9, while 4 squared is just 16. X squared is 25. And here's where we run into the first problem. At least this is if you're a beginner, by the way. So what we need to do now is we need to get rid of this 2 up there, right? Because it's squared. We don't want it squared. We're looking for x, not x squared. So what we do is we want to root both sides. So we want to root both sides. Now, you want to root both sides so that they are both equal, right? And since square root and the square are like opposites, right? They cancel out, just like x and plus, these two cancel out. This one also cancels out, so this just basically is just x. So x is just the square root of 25, and obviously literally everybody knows the square root of 25 is 5. But basically, if you do not know how we got 5, it is just basically the opposite of of squaring the number. So 5 squared would be 25, so the square root of 25 would just be 5. And that's how you use the Pythagorean theorem to find this side. Okay, now we are going to want to find another side. So I'll show you how we can do that, and then I'm going to wrap up the video. Let's go. Okay, so we're gonna draw a triangle. This time I'll make it be a bit different. Alright, so we do that. Okay, we know, right? Alright, so we know that this side is 10 and this side is 8, and we're looking for this side. We're also going to need to name our triangle. Alright, let's go. So we first of all want to type the original equation, right? So that's just AB is equal to AC plus CB, and these squared, right? Now we plug in the values. So AB is 10, right? 10 squared, which is equal to x squared plus 8 squared. Alright, and now we just have a simple equation. So let's just solve for x. Okay, so what we want to do is we want to get rid of the exponents, so that would just be 100 equal to x squared plus 64. Okay, and now what we want to do is we want to put the 64 on one side, so that one side has the unknown numbers and the other side has the known ones. So we do 100 minus 64, since this is moving to the opposite side, minus 64, and that's equal to x squared. That's 36 is equal to x squared, and just like before, we do the square root of 36 equal to x, and that is just equal to 6. So 6 is equal to x. So x is just 6. Okay, we got that. Now I will show you a simpler way to do this. This was the complicated way, but this one was a more beginner way on solving it, so it's more complicated than the one I'm about to showcase, right? So let's get rid of what we have here, and I'll now show the simpler way on doing it. Alright, so what we want to do now is we want to put x squared, right, is equal to 10 squared, right? But since 10 is the biggest one, okay, bear with me here, 10 is the biggest one, so we don't want to add this to it because that would create this plus this, right? And as you can remember, we had said that this one is equal, this one right here is equal to just this plus this, right? So if you were to put this one together with this one, it would create this line, exactly, right? So if we take this one and then minus this one, that would create this line, right? So this is exactly what we're going to do. So we're going to minus, and then we're going to do 8 squared, okay? And now let's just solve x. So x squared is just equal to 100 minus 64, which is literally what we had before. This is literally just the previous one, but with less steps. And then that's just x squared equal to 36. So x is just equal to the square root of 36. So x is 6. And that's the Pythagorean theorem for you, presented by Andrew, 86 Games. Thank you so much for watching.